Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and in today's tutorial we'll be learning how to cut and draft a cowl neck top. Please do well to click on your subscribe button and also turn on your notification bell to be notified whenever we post a new video. So for this tutorial I'll be making use of 2 yards of bell satin and half of an inch elastic band for the wrist of the dress. Now let's get down to the drafting. For this drafting I'll be making use of the top length of the dress will be 22 inches. The normal top length is 20 inch, so I added extra 2 inch for the folding allowance. Now the shoulder measurement I'm making use of is shoulder 16. So I'm going to divide my 16 shoulder into 2 and I'm having 8 inch. Now the measurements I'll be taking from will be from the folded edge and not from the open edge. So from this folded edge I'm going to go ahead and mark my shoulder measurement divided by 2 inches, which is 8. Now from my starting line, which is also serving as my shoulder line, I'm going to come down by my armhole depth, which is 8 inches. So I'm just going to mark that down. From the starting line or the shoulder line, I'm going to come down by my bust point, which is 10 inches, my under bust, which is 13 inches, and my waistline, which is 17 inches. So I'm just going to go ahead and extend this line all the way down to the paper. The next thing I'm going to do now is to take in my neck width. I'll be using 3 inches for my neck width, and for the depth I'll be going down by 1.5 inch. So I'm just going to go ahead and use my curve ruler to create my neckline. Now for my shoulder, I'm just going to come down by 1 inch for my shoulder slope and connect it back all the way to the neckline. Now on the armhole, I'm going to divide my armhole into 2. This is 7 we have left. After removing the 1 inch for our shoulder slope, I'm going to divide this 7 into 2, which is 3.5, and I'm going to mark it down. Now on this point, I got the midpoint of the remaining armhole. I'm going to come in by half of an inch. Now on my bust point, I'm going to divide my bust measurement into 4. Remember, this is our bust point, our under bust line, our waistline, then our full length of the top. Now on the bust point, I'm going to divide my round bust divided by 4. I have 36 inch here. 36 inches divided by 4 is 9. So from this starting point, I'm going to mark in 9 inches. And I'm still going to do that on my armhole line. Now to create my armholes curve, I'm going to connect this ½ inch that I have here back to this line that connects the shoulder slope to the neckline. So from this ½ inch, I'm just going to connect it back to this line, and to get my armhole curve, I'm going to use my curve ruler to place it on this half inch, making sure that it's touching the half inch that I got earlier, and also on the bust measurement divided by 4 inches. So I'm just going to connect it all the way down. Now we've gotten our armhole curve. The next thing we are going to do now is to input our body measurement. We've already gotten our bust point measurement, which is 9 inches. So I'm just going to go ahead and add extra 1 inch for sewing allowance. Now on the underbust line, my underbust is 30 inches. 30 inches divided by 4 is 7.5. So from this starting point, I'm just going to mark 7.5 plus 1 inch allowance. Now on the waistline, I'm going to divide my waist. My waist is 32 inches. 32 inches divided by 4 is 8 inches. So I'm actually going to mark the 8 inch here plus 1 inch sewing allowance. So I'm just going to extend what I have here down to the full length of the dress. Remember to add the extra 1 inch allowance on the armhole depth. So I'm just going to connect these lines together. So basically, after connecting the lines, I went ahead to cut it out. Now for the cowl neck area, this is what we are going to do. From the shoulder line, I'm going to come down by 8 inches. I'm going to come down by 8 inches and extend the line. I came down by 8 inches. Now I'm just going to join it back to this angle. So with my scissors, I'm actually going to cut it out, but not to the end of my drafting paper. I'm going to cut it open. Just watch what I'm doing. Leaving like half inch or 0.25 inch away from the armhole area. So with this, we are going to use this to cut the front pattern and also the back. Now this is my bell satin, and I'm going to fold it into 2 pieces. After folding my fabric, I'm going to go ahead and place this my pattern paper on the material. Now I'm just going to place it at this tip and measure 8 inches upward. Now remember, the 8 inches is for the slit that we opened. Now you can basically choose to open with more to get a fuller cowl neck, but for me, I think I'll be doing basically, okay, let me just do 9 inches instead of 8 inches. So I'm just going to go ahead and make sure that my paper is at that tip. You get? So I'm just going to make sure that the tip of my paper is actually exactly on the amount of number that I open. Now the next thing I'm going to do right now is to pin it down. I'm going to pin it down to avoid it moving from the direction that I want it to be. So I'm just going to go ahead and use my pin. Now after that, I'm going to use my chalk to trace out this line. Just watch what I'm doing. Just make sure your line is showing. So from here, I'm also going to trace out the shoulder. Then when you get to the tip of the neck area, you're just going to go straight down. You go straight down to the end of the fabric. Now the next thing I'm just going to do right now is to cut it out. So after cutting it out, basically this is what you will have at the end of it. So I'm just going to go ahead and unpin my paper away from the fabric. For the back piece, I'm going to fold my fabric again. I'm going to fold it into two. Now after folding my fabric into two, I'm going to place my drafting paper on it with the center slit that we opened closed. You don't have to open it up since it's the back slit. So I'm just going to go ahead and also pin this down so that it doesn't move, after which I'm going to cut it all the way down. Just watch what I'm doing. I'm pinning it down, making sure that this center part is not open. So I'm just going to cut it. Now if you choose to add a zipper to your own dress, you can place your drafting paper 1 inch away from the center part. But for me, I'm not adding a zipper, so I'm just going to cut all the way through. So we all know that it's the back. So I'm just going to go ahead and unpin the drafting paper away from the fabric. So basically that cutting the back, this is the front piece. I'm just going to go ahead to my sewing machine and fold the neck area. I'm just going to fold it in and top stitch it, and also do the same thing to the back piece. I'm just going to fold it down and top stitch on it. So I'm done folding the neck of the materials, and I also went ahead to cut out my sleeve. So for my sleeve, I'm going to fold the end by 1.5 inch, giving space for the elastic to pass through. So I'm just going to fold it this way and stitch it down, and also attach the sleeve down to the main fabric. I'm actually done joining the hand and also the sides of the dress, and this is what we have, what is looking like. So the next thing now I'll go ahead to do is to fold the edge of this dress. So I'm done folding the edge of the top. Basically that is all for this tutorial. So please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and also turn on your notification bell to be notified whenever we post a new video. Thank you for watching, and see you in our next video. Bye.